Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is my life behind the mic. If you guys been watching the channel, following the journey, you know that I have been doing gig work for the longest. I say the past 3 years now for, I guess, a full-time job. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into what we're gonna talk about in today's video, which is gonna be 5 reasons why you shouldn't drive for Walmart's Spark delivery program. I'm gonna just say this is all based off of personal experience. I think I've been delivering with Spark for about 2 years now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give you my honest opinion about why I think you shouldn't do Spark. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kick it off with number 1 being long wait times. The wait times are so long when you're picking up these orders from Walmart, and it also depends on which area you're in, like what region you're in, what state you're in, which Walmart you go to, but I will say from my experience, because I've delivered with Spark in Tampa, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, New Jersey, where else? Pittsburgh, and I believe that's it. I may be missing a place, but just out of all those places, I will say Tampa, Florida had the longest wait times to pick up an order. Like, you would pull up to the Walmart and one of two things would happen. So either one, you get there and you pull into your parking spot and it takes them like 30 minutes to come out to the car with the order, or 2, you get there and there is no parking spot, so you gotta wait for other cars to leave so that you can pick up your order. That was a constant thing for me in Tampa, Florida. So everywhere else I've been, it's been more so like, okay, it's a little bit of a wait time. I will honestly say Pittsburgh is like the least wait time, but I'll get into the rest of the cons later. But yeah, those are 2 big things right there with just the wait times in general. They're long wait times, and you might be waiting a minute to get an order. Reason number 2 why you should not drive for Walmart Spark delivery. There's no identification as to who you are when you're dropping off an order, which is why I wear one of these vests when I go and deliver orders most of the time, because you're delivering in your car, you're going to somebody's house, and Walmart isn't telling these people, we may have a person delivering in their own car to your house, especially the people that's first-time customers ordering a delivery order from Walmart, or, older people that don't know how it works or what's going on. Like, there's no uniform. They don't even give you a vest, so it's really difficult for customers to identify who you are. I'm not saying that they're not expecting a delivery, but they're not expecting, like me, look at me, to come up to their house with something to give them. Like, I've seen so many instances of just people being shot on somebody's porch on the news for just being on the wrong porch. Like, that's something that kind of goes through your mind when you're doing these delivery jobs, and then people have their dogs out at all times, or sometimes, one thing I will say is Amazon Flex, and I'm gonna do a whole video on that app itself, why you shouldn't do deliveries with them and why you should. But Amazon Flex actually has a feature that lets you know there's a dog at that residence, so you can prepare yourself, or you can call the customer and say, hey, I'm about to be here. I don't know if your dog's out. If you can, please put your dog back in. Just different things like that, which I think is a cool feature that Spark does not offer. And, I think it's a con, and I think that's a reason why a lot of people probably wouldn't do Spark. I mean, we could get some lanyards or something. Something would be better than nothing. Reason number 3 why you shouldn't drive for Spark. The pay is slow. For some people, not everybody, but hear me out. So with a lot of other gig apps that I do, because like I said, I do all the gig apps, you have the option to get instant pay, you have the option to get daily pay, and then of course all of them have the weekly pay option. Spark for a lot of people, only has the weekly pay option. I do Spark. My spouse also does Spark delivery. But I noticed they only gave me recently the option to cash out daily, or cash out as soon as you drop off your order. It's a new feature that they just started, but like I said, I don't think a lot of people have this option. My spouse still doesn't have her option. And, you know, a lot of people like that daily pay option. A lot of people like to get the money as soon as they drop the order off, because waiting a week to get the money when you're doing this type of work, it's like almost like you're not doing it in a way. Like, that's how I feel personally. Like, I'm gonna do this order, and then it's almost like I'm working a regular job. Like, I wouldn't want to do this job if I could just go do another job and work at like an Amazon warehouse where I get paid weekly and do that. Like, I feel like I'm not getting compensated for my work. But with the instant pay, as soon as you get the order and you get that money in your account, you're like, okay, I did something. You feel like you did something and you got compensated for it. So it makes you want to work more also. So I don't understand why they don't have that feature for everybody. I think it's pretty weird, but it's what they do so far. So hopefully everybody gets that feature. And once you get the feature, if you do have it, or if you are familiar with it, it's called One. They make you download an app called One Banking, One Mobile Banking or something. And it's a card they're going to send you in the mail, and your money will go straight there after you drop off your order or whatever batch you're doing. All the money goes straight to that card. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I just recently started doing that. So now we're going to get into reason number 4 of why you shouldn't drive for Spark. There is no driver perks. Unlike some of the other apps like Uber Eats, I've drove for Uber Eats, I've drove for Lyft. I even believe Instacart has perks for its delivery drivers. But Spark, there's no perks. Like, Uber does this thing where you get, you know, discounted tires, discounted oil changes, different things like that. But Spark, you know, you would assume maybe you get a 10% Walmart discount. Maybe you get a free Sam's Club membership. But nothing. There's nothing there. Maybe even, yeah, like, there's no, I even believe there's no cash back on, like, gas and stuff. Like, Uber, Lyft, even Instacart, they have a lot of fuel perks because you do use your car and stuff like that. But Spark, they don't have that. Spark is just straightforward. You pick the orders up, you drop them off. You don't get nothing else. I don't get nothing else. Sometimes they do incentives, like when you're working, they'll like say, okay, if you drop off 5 packages in a day, we'll give you an extra $24. Or 5 orders from this specific store in a day, we'll give you an extra $24 on top of that as an incentive. And then they'll add another, if you do another 15 on top of that, we'll add another $60 to that. And so they have little incentives like that, but, you know, sometimes I don't think you can even get to that many packages in a day. And sometimes those incentives last about 2 or 3 days, so you can kind of, but yeah, you can even spread them out. Sorry, my phone died. Matter of fact, my phone didn't die, my phone overheated, so I had to wait. But like I was saying, yeah, you can spread those incentives out throughout the few days, but it's up to you. I don't think it's a big deal. It's cool. It's not a big deal. For our last one, I'm gonna give this one for the last reason why you shouldn't drive Spark. The mileage calculations are horrible. And I'm not saying the mileage calculations are wrong. The mileage calculations are only from the store to the person that you're delivering to. So it don't matter where you're at. Like, I find myself doing this all the time. I'll be at my house and I'll get an order and it won't be at the Walmart by my house. You can see which Walmart you pick the orders up from, but sometimes those are the only Walmarts offering the order right then. Like, so you might as well take that if you want to get your day started. But I've noticed the mileage is only from the store to the house. It doesn't count for how far you have to drive to the store, and it doesn't count for how far you have to drive home after that, or back to another store after that. unlike DoorDash or Grubhub, they factor in the complete mileage. So from the time you accept the order, this is where you are, this is how far you'll have to go to the store and drop the customer off. They give you that complete mileage, like in a total. So it'll be it'll say 8 miles, and that's exactly how many miles you have to drive in total to deliver the order. Versus Spark, you'll have to do, say, a 25-mile delivery, and the store will be 10 miles from your house, and then you gotta add the other 25 miles on top of that. So I personally don't like that, because I think that's bad for us drivers. Like, I don't think, I mean, I know it would make us more responsible to factor those things in ourselves, but I personally like it the easy way. Like Grubhub, Uber, DoorDash, they give you exactly how many miles you're going to be driving, and you don't have to worry about that. So I think that's my last thing that I had to complain about. So the things we covered today was long wait times, no identification, slow pay, and bad mileage calculations. Those are the 5 reasons I think you should not deliver for Spark. And if you do deliver for Spark, the best of luck to you. If you do Spark full time, let me know in the comments how that experience is for you. I will be back to make another video about 5 reasons why I think you should be doing Spark though. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be the next video, and then I'm gonna do a video on all of the gig apps. I've already did Come With Me Do Amazon Flex video, is one of my most recent videos, so go check that out. And hit the like button on this video, subscribe, and I'll see you later.